Sorry guys, I guess I accidentally turned this off, and the devil working overtime. He don't want to give this information out, okay? He don't. So, anyway, let's talk about the barley harvest and what to expect around that time, during that time. Of course, this is during the time of the seals, the 7 seals. Of course, there will be famine in the land. There's going to be so much going on. There's going to be a whole lot going on. And so, grow your own food, okay? But let me say this. Obama is the Antichrist, people. And Pope Francis is the false prophet, okay? But now, remember, it's the spirit in the person. So, Obama, right now, temporarily his spirit is in Trump. And so then eventually his spirit could get into another head. So whoever president during that time, just do not trust them, okay? And then after the wheat harvest is taken out, and if you still left behind after the second harvest is gone, then Obama's going to leave too. And then the bomb's going to come in. But anyway, Obama's going to come in. That's after the wheat harvest though. So I'm going to talk to you about, sorry, I didn't want to confuse you or nothing. But let's talk about the like after the barley harvest, after all the babies and all the instruments going out of here, the great revival will be happening, and a lot of people will be probably chipped during that time. So it's possible during that time the zombie apocalypse will break out. And the reason I say that is this. And if so, it'll probably be at the end. Yeah, but more so, it's going to be during the wrath because the marking will be totally enforced then. But once this renting happens, millions of people are going to fall. A lot of people, they're going to fall and they're not going to die, but they're going to be going to these FEMA camps. They're going to be chipped. And in the RFID chip is controlled by a satellite, okay? But now, if the satellite fall from the sky during the barley harvest, so it's possible then they cannot flip the switch to go out and eat people and do all this time. So it'll be a while before that happens. Okay? But anyway, those who are to take the chip again, they become the Nephilims, okay? Yep, so do not take the chip. Do not take the chip. Okay. Okay, many people can this doing the 2 witnesses. Now, the 144,000 that's going to be on the earth during the Great Revival, they will be grouped 2 by 2, male and female. Okay? And the 2 witnesses that are going to be over there when Yeshua died, those 2 that are going to be out in the streets, laid out for 3.5 days. They will torment people on earth for harming them. So that means they will kill many people for harming them. Okay, on the earth. Okay, and the people who are going to be harming them will be church leaders, prophets, apostles, evangelists. They're going to be coming against the religious people. Are going to be coming against the 2 witnesses because they're not going. Because you know why? Because the witnesses are going to expose them, and more likely, like people don't like to be exposed when they are crooked and they're compromising the word of God. Things like that. So they're going to be exposed. Okay. The 2 witnesses are Benjamin Cousijnsen and Teresa. They're not the Elijah who we thought they were, or Enoch who we thought they were. Although those people are coming back though, and they're also exposed. They would also expose the leaders too. They would expose people who are compromising God's word. That's what they would do. But they're not considered the witnesses. They're not considered the witnesses. Okay. I can personally tell you what I think, but I don't want to confuse you. Okay. So in saying that, after the barley harvest, people are gonna be committing suicide, and people are gonna go through famine, okay, and So it means loss of jobs, the price is going to go up. So the economy going to be affected so much, okay? You know, you hear about 30, 60, 100 fold. Even right now, we're going through 30%. The next, it's going to be 60%. Then, of course, when the wheat harvest is out of here, it's going to be affected. The economy is going to be affected 100%, because then the total enforcement of the mark of the beast will be here after the wheat harvest is out of here. Do that make sense to you? So, yeah, 30, 60, 100 fold. So famine is going to increase. That's why it's important to grow your own food right now, people. It's important to keep your seeds. Once you grow your food, you keep seeds, and share your seeds with your family, and teach them how to plant and stuff. But it's important to do that, because there are going to be people who are going to be robbing trucks and stuff like that. Okay. John Paul Jackson, I think that's his name. Anyway, he's a pastor that died, and he was really a true prophet of God. But anyway, he talked about that too. He would see headlines, you know. So but anyway, but that's true. Because it's gonna get that bad. But people gonna start robbing people. People gonna start breaking people's homes and stuff. And people, they're gonna start robbing trucks and stuff, because the famine is coming. And you know, when people are hungry, they don't go stealing TVs and stuff like that anymore, electronics. They want food, because they feel those belly, you know, the hunger pains. So that's why it's important to start growing food. Okay, so I want to talk to you about oh yeah, there'll be wailing and crying, of course, because you lose a loved one. Even this thing about mother who's pregnant for the first time, and she lose her baby that's in her stomach, it's gonna hurt so much, because she's having all these ideas about how she's gonna raise the baby, how she's gonna educate the baby, what she's gonna name the baby, in the baby room ready. So yes, so there's gonna be a lot of wailing and crying after the barley harvest. It's gonna be much pain, okay, much pain, because every household gonna feel it now. Not one household left out of this, okay. Every household is gonna feel the pain of losing a loved one. But again, Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, we have the loved one. Okay, now after this happened, now there will be several large and small UFOs in the air. The visitors from space, the fallen angels. They call themselves the visitors from space. Okay, so they're gonna be hovering over, and at some point they will land, and they will look like normal people like us. They will look like normal people, but they don't trust them. Okay, and they will say again that they got rid of the haters, they got rid of the Christians, which they will be lying. They will be lying through their teeth, and they probably have enough advanced technology, but they can show you a picture of your loved one and doing certain things, or even talking that they would, you know, recording a voice of your little child. If you have like a toddler or a 3-year-old or something, or even your grandma, granddad, whoever. They can mimic their behavior, and I know this for sure, because I saw my son, who I thought was my son, but wasn't my son. It was a fallen angel who looked identical to my son, and my son was in the home. This kind of deception they can do. And the sad part, they're gonna use it against you. They're gonna do it. There's movies out there about it. This one movie called In the Eye of the Storm. It was a series about it, and that's what they did. It was real cruel what they did. They would put a helmet on you, or some glasses, and you see your loved one, and they tell you, man, you know, we have your loved one. You won't. They will threaten you to get you to receive the RFID chip, and by deception you might do it. So don't get caught up in that, okay? But anyway. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? But anyway, Again, the 2 witnesses will be able to do many things. There'll be, of course, there'll be earthquakes and tsunamis, things like that's going to be happening from here and there. Okay? The most damage is going to happen after the wheat harvest is out of here. After the wheat harvest is gone. Okay? After the 144,000, after they done preaching, and a lot of those who live a holy and righteous life, those who get really, really serious with the Lord, and Lord takes all them out of here, and these gonna be like families. First, the barley harvest is one in each family, at least one person. But that's the barley harvest. But the wheat harvest is gonna be like families. The whole entire families can leave, or maybe like 4 out of 5 that's gonna leave. So very few gonna be left behind. I would say very few gonna be left behind. But a lot of Muslims and all them that do idol worship gonna be left behind. But talk about the Christians now. Those are believers in Yeshua HaMashiach. The majority of them is going to be going out of here. The ones who live in a holy and righteous life. I say holy and righteous. Okay? Obey. It's what they told, obey the commandments. But you must be holy. Okay? Just like women, stop wearing all that stuff. Okay? And stop wearing no pants and stuff and get yourself right. And men, stop sagging. Stop sagging your pants. And start flirting with them. Stop flirting with women, committing all these crazy sins and doing all this crazy stuff in the bed. You know, look on my video about sex, but thing is though, you guys have to live holy. Live holy. Okay? If you want to get raptured, you need to live holy and righteous. Obey God's commandments. Alright? But again, the wheat harvest is really this the majority of people. That's the rapture. That's the actual rapture. For the barley harvest, they were taken and over. The wheat harvest would be like the days of Lot. Okay, because Lot, he was like well, it was going like on a mountain, but just think about the mountain of God. Okay, but remember now, it was like families. But the woman looked back. His wife looked back. Remember, his wife looked back. She turned to a pillar of salt. But him and his daughters, they went on. That's considered a rapture because it was a family. Yeah, it was a family. But unfortunately, if he went to Zor and he did what God told him to do the first, and maybe his daughters want to have relations, but that's another story, anyway. But anyway, do not have relations, guys, with these fallen angels. Okay? Because when they come, that's what they're going to do, and you will have monsters. You will have monsters. Alright? Already, I mean, I'm talking to people, and they think, and to women, they say I thought it was my husband in the bed. I thought it was my man in the bed, but it was something. It was a spirit in the bed with me. Yeah. Just cause it feel good, don't mean it's good for you. Do not have relations with these fallen angels, because you can have monsters, and you know what? The monsters would turn on you, and they would eat you, and they would kill you. The fallen angels, they're not only here, but there were more coming, and more creatures from hell is appearing on the earth. More creatures from hell is appearing on the earth. In the Philippines, all over, I mean, like creatures are coming up through the waters. So a lot of people thinking they're gonna be escaping by water. I mean, all hell break loose. But I tell you what, they're gonna be. They will have to be facing with some monsters, some sea monsters, and some critters all over the place. Yep. Hey, I wanted to share this with you. You know, doing it, okay, like after the barley harvest, and you know, like we have to go, you know, like everybody has to go through some refinement. You know, like everybody has to go through some kind of persecution, and some of the persecutions is like famine, and they talk about you have to deal with the scorpions, you know, for like 5 months. But let me okay, that could be spiritual, it could be physical, how another way to say it, or well, it's also it's like this. I come across an upload where this man was saying that the Russians have these suits, and I forgot where I was listening to it, but I guess the Lord had wanted me to hear it. But anyway, the Russians have these chemical suits that looks like the faces look like horses, and the body suit, they're nuclear weapon suits, and the body suits looks like scorpions. Ain't that something? We're still talking about in Revelation, they would be able to mess with people for 5 months. So when America becomes invaded, America will get invaded. They will be invaded by, I know for sure, 3 countries. I don't know if it's more than 3. But for sure, Russia, China, and North Korea. And you hear about some people have these dreams, and so it's something about how they would just kill people, and they would torment people, and some to be taken as captives. But anyway, I thought that was interesting when I heard that, how the Russians have these nuclear chemical suits because they're going to bomb America. It's going to happen. They're going to bomb America. Remember, I don't know if I said this, but when the wheat harvest leaves, bombs going to be coming in. So which means the Christians, those who are holy righteous, they won't have to go through that, okay? But as the bombs coming in, the nuclear weapons coming in, the wheat harvest going to be going out, okay? So which means we won't have to worry about that as long as we live a holy and righteous life, okay? And have peace with all mankind. But I just want to tell you that Russia and them, and I had a dream. I'm going to tell you my dream about that too. I had a dream about that. I'm going to try to explain this dream best way I can, because it was a dream, like a dream I never had before. It's like so much going on. But anyway, it's like I had a business. And in my business, I had my 2 sons there. And these 2 men walked in you can say a family business, whatever. 2 men walked in. And one of them had a suitcase put on the counter. And another one went in the corner. He had a mirror, like he's trying to blindside me. And also one of them shot both my sons. Both my sons and then shot. And check this out. And outdoors, I could hear shooting that sound like different shots from the inside. Okay, and I was thinking, okay, the Lord. Okay, now my sons was smaller. Much smaller than they are now. So now they're grown now, but they was much smaller. But I'm thinking the Lord will me to see the time with the sons. I mean, like, show me the time, but how many years before this incident is going to happen that America is going to get invaded, because outside I can hear different shots. It's like I knew these shots were from someone else that didn't belong there. You know what I'm saying? So I just knew that we was invaded. And I got my baby, which I'm thinking my business, and I carried it out with me. Which means, okay, this is some hope for a lot of you guys. Whatever was promised to you in these last days, and if you lose it, don't worry, because we will follow you into the millennium. Okay? So whatever you have, as long as you got legitimately, and God bless you, the house, car, whatever it is, business, it will follow you into the millennium. And that's what the Lord was showing me, that I got my baby and I took it with me. So I was going to the millennium. I was going to the next age, because it's like the Lord was taking me out of there. But with my sons, I think he was showing me, I think it's like, I want to say like 5 to 7 years. You know what I'm saying? I guess by the time I have my business to the time it ends on earth, this I'm thinking that he was showing me, like a time limit. And and me leaving and taking my business and my whatever he have given me with me. So in saying that, if you would promise something on this earth, and if you raptured out of here, you will get it in the millennium. If it's destroyed, if it's spoiled by somebody, or if it's been bombed and things, the Lord will restore to you what the king around, you know, Job 2:25 has stolen. Okay, not Job stolen, but ooh, I'll cut myself up. But anyway, the Lord will restore to you what you have lost. Okay, so just remember that. So that's hope. So don't worry about what's on this earth, what you lose, because it will be restored to you as long as the Lord blesses you and you have, you know, pay your tithes and all this stuff, and you got, you know, the Lord bless you, so you know you will get that back. Okay, just want to share that with you. Let's see anything else. So let's see. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I guess it is. Anyway, just don't worry. Just have a personal relationship with Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. Repent from all your sins daily. Right? Have communion as often as possible. Okay? And because communion is your healer. I mean, I've been healed from communion. And so if you take communion every day, you know, you shouldn't have no problems with your body or anything like that. Okay? So just and pray over your own body, and you know, anoint yourself with oil. Okay? If all possible, stay away from the hospitals and stuff, because they're chipping so many people. They're using it for tracking device, but if you voluntarily get it, it's just kind of like sew yourself over. So you just do not never take in your hand on your forehead. Okay? Alright. God be with you. May his light shine upon you. May God give you his peace that surpasses all understanding. Alright. YHWH. Shalom.